if you're waiting for things to happen, waiting for things to sell, waiting for things to check in. But theoretically, right, once you're waiting for those things to check in, you're only gonna have to wait the long period once in terms of like waiting for it to check in, sell, get your money back. Because theoretically after that, you're gonna have a consistent flow of inventory going in, selling, money flowing back to you.
Very good.
Yeah, we got 100 ROI in the chat. 200 ROI. Box owes you $1,000 if Houston wins tonight. Or I don't know if you're aware, but you win if if Houston wins tonight.
Dude, that Duke game, that was the best. God, I love seeing Duke.
That was crazy.
Like that. That was incredible.
So you better be rooting extra hard for Houston tonight.
Yeah, shout out to MD right there. Yes,
100 ROI knows ball. He knows ball.
Damn,
That's so crazy.
Dude, as expected, low key the dark horse in there. I haven't checked that shit in a minute. Sure, I get Goodfellow vest for 18 and sell for 35. It has a 36% ROI and it gives me like $3.50. I think I should do it as long as the Cuba chart shows movement. Yes, but make sure to use discounted gift cards and any other potential coupon codes you can find too. For that, Joe. Yeah.
Viviana said seller for 3 years seems the only way is wholesale now. Am I right? So not at all, right? There's you can, I mean, we know people that have been doing arbitrage for a decade or longer, right? Just because you've been selling for a certain amount of time doesn't mean that you should or shouldn't be doing any one thing. It's really whatever business model suits you and your lifestyle and your preferences. So yeah, not necessarily.
Yeah, and from a documentation standpoint, it's easier to end up in a trap buying from a wholesaler you thought was legit too. So you just got to be careful a little more careful where you're buying from with wholesale. With OA, a big website, they've seen Walmart before, they've seen Walgreens. Just double check on your supplier, make sure they're actually allowed to sell you what they're selling.
Last week, I was doing some sourcing for Miles' group. I found thousands of dollars of products, or profit of worth of products in an hour. Right? There's still tons of opportunity with OA. Obviously, there's tons of opportunity with wholesale. It's just however you want to kind of put your own spin on the business. Where are my numbers, or why are my numbers way better on seller board than seller amp? I only have 60 cents a pound on my seller amp settings. What can I do? So you might have put their seller board has like a quote unquote P&L feature you might have used. There's probably extra fees or expenses baked into one of them.
Yeah.
You want to switch to a Boxem on that too, Corona. I've noticed their fees are starting to get further and further off, even since we started comparing.
Throw some Boxems in the chat, everyone. Throw hashtag Boxems in the chat.
Love
The box emoji.
They can't get verified. See why they're not verifying, right? Hit up, Amazon Seller Support. Like, millions, probably tens of millions of people at this point have gotten approved for Amazon Seller accounts. So we know you'll be able to too a time, as well. And it's not taking any. What, Jojo? What exactly do you mean?
Yeah, it's got to be a credit card if you're trying to sign up for an account. It's got to be a credit card. It's just like I assume they don't want you to I don't even know how you could loop that. Somebody would figure out how to loop the debit card, bait and switch, and then you sell for 2 weeks or something. Yeah, I'm sure people would find a way to abuse it. It's just got to be a credit card, Jojo.
Sonic Bomb just started out. It's a whole new world. I've been watching so many YouTube videos. I've come across each one of your videos. Do any of you do one-on-one training? So Miles does one-on-one training, right? I think the link for that's going to be in the description of his video.
Yeah.
And it really just depends on the path that you want to take, right? If you want to do arbitrage, Miles can help you in more of a one-on-one setting. And if you're doing wholesale, I could probably help you in more of a one-on-one setting as well. Should you always list your products to win buy box or compete with 2 to 3 second or third place sellers for better profit? I guess what I'm asking is what strategy should we use in this case? So JJ, I think the best way to go about it is typically to turn your inventory as quickly as possible. Because if you, for example, if you sell your inventory quicker and maybe you make $3 per unit, or you could wait an extra 30 days and make double that, you can make $6 per unit. Well, it's actually better to make the $3 because you can then go back and redeploy that $3 per unit a lot quicker and just turn your money a lot quicker. So in Amazon and reselling, the name of the game is velocity. So the quicker you can turn your money, typically the more money you're going to make.
Yeah, I like how you're thinking though, Jay. Yeah, you'll notice if the first seller is like FBM and then you hop on as an FBA, you can probably charge a premium. But if you're just like randomly above the buy box where it's been for a while, you probably won't make too many sales.
Yeah, like when you're pricing FBM, you just match pricing, right? And then when you're pricing FBA, you always price higher. And that's why we recommend you guys list through Boxem. You can use the Boxem auto list to make sure that you never tank your listings unnecessarily right there. Quinn, so not sure if that would actually be possible, just Amazon API wise and stuff like that, but we literally were talking about mobile app today, as well. So really, really like the brainstorm in there. Let us know anything else you think we should add too as well, because we had a lot of good stuff in the pipeline. Let's see. How long? It really depends, Sammy, but typically somewhere between 10 and like 20 days typically. Right there. Yep.
Depends on the FC. Depends on like how far it's going, what time of year, that kind of thing. You'll usually make sales within like a week, and then you could sell something that you sent in today, but it just have to be like a really highly in demand item that's like on back order basically.
The pallet LTO, the pallet check-in times have been super good the past couple months.
Interesting.
surprisingly.
I've heard the opposite from some other people.
Okay, so
I feel like it's so person to person. Like one person's
Yeah.
like shipment times are fast, the other person's like
That
they've
is-
been
that's how
taking
it always
weeks.
is.
Yeah.
It's probably just down to FCs, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
it's just
And
down
Gorral.
to yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing with LTLs is they're typically not going to take that all the way across the country like they can potentially with FBA. So you gain 3 or 4 days sometimes with that alone.
Yeah, bro. Zach. So Zach was on the PJ there. That's fire.
Yeah, I love that.
But yeah, bro, just do multiple orders. Yeah, so like Walmart, for example, they do 12 per order, but you can do as many orders as you want. Almost always that's the case and how you can really scale it up. Yeah. Yeah.
Harrison had
Yes.
a question here. So he said, been loving the 60K and 60-day series. Quick question. Where did you get your business license? I've been getting to that point with supplier outreach and thought an EIN covered it. So yeah, so Harrison, you don't necessarily, there's no such thing as like a business license. It's more so once you file an LLC with your state, right? And once they approve that, and once you have your articles of organization, which literally just means that your entity has been filed with your state. Once you have that and an EIN number, that's really all you need. And then eventually you're going to need to get a resale certificate with your state Department of Revenue, which I believe I went over how to do in that video. If not, I've got an upcoming video that goes through it. But yeah, you should be ready if you've got an entity and an EIN number.
Yeah. What's up, Harrison? Harrison's been crushing it with OA for a while, I know.
Nice.
Cool. Okay. Can you source products from Walmart for online arbitrage, even though the invoices aren't good enough to get ungated? They totally are good enough to get ungated. And the way we know that for a fact is because there's a bunch of gated brands that Walmart owns that only come from Walmart, right? So yeah, trust me, Jacob, you'll be good to go. I personally used them. I know a bunch of these guys have used them too, as well. Great question here from MJ. How do you get tax exempt when shopping at Walmart? So just Google Walmart tax exempt, and the first link will be the Walmart tax exempt sign up portal. Same thing with Lowe's, same thing with Home Depot, and you always want to ask customer service too as well.
Hope all is well, Warner.
So,
Only Warner.
And he said that on my channel,
We've talked
too.
a good amount. We've talked a good amount.
Oh, cool. Okay.
How do you deal with Section 3 review? Only having just me. I'm special today. Yeah. How do you deal with Section 3 review without invoices? Only doing OA. I mean, if you're doing OA, you have invoices directly in your email every time you buy something. Your receipt, invoice, whatever you want to call it, that is your invoice. Yeah, and then it's normal to get Section 3, that kind of thing. I got a new one the other day called like an F7, which was like sort of a Section 3, but it was specifically just on some brands. Thought it was like made up. I couldn't find anything on Google.
F7.
Yeah, but it was just it's just like a specific brand review, and we submitted a bunch of online receipts, online invoices, that kind of thing in it. You're good to go, man. Just make sure. One thing that has gotten some people in trouble is if you end up getting like extra units to something, you technically don't have invoicing for it. So like, be careful selling that on Walmart. Usually that's better so be careful on Amazon. A lot of times it's better on Walmart.
Just starting, I'm feeling discouraged. So the good thing is the hardest skill to master,
and you don't have to pay attention to your feelings either, right? At 80 years ago, the vast majority of the people watching this stream would be in a trench. Corey would be right next to me, right? With no food, barely any water, getting shot at by getting literally shot at, right? That makes me feel discouraged. The thought of having to do that, right? The thought of making internet money with the fellas and the gals doesn't sound too bad. But continue, Garrett.
So on a real note, the hardest
am I
skill,
wrong?
no, of course not.
Yeah.
The hardest skill you're going to have to master is sourcing, right? And the good thing is that's honestly probably the thing that there's the most content of and around. Miles, Ward, and myself, from OA perspective, have tens of hours, if not hundreds of hours at this point, of that skill of sourcing. sourcing different sorts of sites, finding products, evaluating products, disqualifying products to make sure that you guys know what products to look for, how to look for them, when to buy, and how many to buy. Right? Those are really the 4 main questions that you have to answer when you're evaluating a product. And there's hundreds of hours at your disposal for free. You don't have to pay anyone on YouTube going over sourcing, right? Just iterating product after product after product, going through different tactics to find them, right? Making them cheaper with discounts, with sales, with coupon codes, with all these sorts of things, with prep centers, FBM over FBA, all those sorts of things. There's plenty of time and content around it. Just start to dig in. And the even more encouraging thing about that is it's never going to change. That skill is not changing. Once you learn how to source, once you learn how to find products, once you get really, really good at that, it's not going to change. The data is not going to change. The Keepa information is not going to change. And you just master that and get better at that, and then get bigger or better and buy more.
So good question here from C Corona. Can I get a resource certificate before I get my LLC? In most states, yes. But if you're planning on getting the LLC, you should probably honestly do that today and then do the resource cert once you get the LLC paperwork. Honestly, on that. Bilal got 50 plus. Come on, 50 brands auto and gate right there. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. If a product is in and out of buy box, what factors in that? Typically, Amazon taking away the buy box. It just means that it literally just means that it's been found cheaper elsewhere. Basically, it is kind of just the idea, and that's not a problem, by the way. No buy box listings can totally print cash. I go over this with my coaching guys all the time. Like, if it still shows movement in the offer count, you're good to go. Right there's no sales rank listings that are popping, no buy box listings that are popping, high sales rank listings that are popping, and you can print wealth on all of them if they show good movement in the Keepa chart.
The one thing you do have to be alert of and kind of cautious of is when something changes, right? When something's had a buy box for months and months and months, and a buy box gets suppressed, because you don't necessarily know how much the velocity is going to change with respect to the people that are on the listing. And so if things are steady and things are constant and there's consistently no buy box, game on, great, because you can use all the historical data based on the people on the listing to kind of foreshadow and forecast how many you could potentially sell. But when something just shuts off recently, it's kind of hard to get your hands on and wrap your arms around how many you can actually potentially sell.
Yep, shout out Deke right there.
What's up, Sadiq?
What up, Sadiq?
Zach said, is it normal for your products to get checked in but immediately go into FC transfer? The answer is yes. He said he sent my products all the way to the East Coast. Now they're getting sent back to the West Coast in FC transfer. Yeah, Zach. So that is totally normal. It happens all the time. It's Amazon's algorithm basically dispersing products throughout the country wherever they think customers are going to be most likely to buy them. So yeah, very common.
Good question.
Jay's already planning ahead for Q4. I like it. I like it.
Yeah. So like
you got the peak season of like back to school first to worry about, I'd say, Jay. And that's coming pretty soon, right? So and it'll even be like it's almost like a mini Q4 on a lot less categories that'll teach you like how to take advantage of some very high volume listings, how to FBM, kind of get things prepped and on all that. And that's just going to be like, school supplies, backpacks, shoes. Just think logically about what's going to sell really well then. And then you'll kind of have that, like the organizational knowledge to really be able to crush Q4. And then it's just more items. What products are people giving as gifts? All that's going to sell faster. You can also, as you're sourcing, you're probably already seeing products where every Q4, the demand increases, sales ranks drop, prices shoot up. Start storing those on just like a Google sheet. You can press like set up like a Christmas button on your seller amp, send a bunch of leads to that Christmas Google sheet. And then, when you come back around during like certain seasons that you saw something spiking in demand, spiking in price, that kind of thing, you have a little bit of an easier starting point.
Yeah, even Quinn says I already have my Q4 sheet going for this year. Love that.
Quinn's a stud there, Quinn.
Well, there's going to be tons of products that spike in Q4, which I'm sure you're already kind of like targeting. But I mean, in that same token, Memorial Day is going to be big. July 4th is going to be big. Those are with the next couple months that you can really start to hone in on and prepare for, and then obviously get all that money back before back to school in August.
What does it mean to keep a data offers has vertical lines going up and down, 5 units and 0 with no organic looking sales? I never look at the keep offers tab, honestly, but what do you guys think? Probably FC transfer, or going up and down is weird?
Just maybe it's like a drop shipper that's has a software set up.
Sometimes you see it on FBA too, though. I just call it kind of a data glitch, to be honest. Yeah. Usually offers, you just want to look at the ones where it's very obvious that stock counts decreasing. If you're looking at the chart where it says like sold 30 days, that kind of thing, those numbers can get flubbed pretty quick. But yeah, like the specific chart can be useful for figuring out. I like to look and see like, all right, this stock count is very obviously selling while their price was this. There's proof on the Keepa chart that people actually pay this price. That might seem insane to me as like a new Amazon seller.
Thoughts on tariffs and all things OA? That's a great question. The nice thing is like the market just adjusts. Honestly, it's like the cost gets passed on to customers. Honestly, but if we were in private label, I think we'd have substantially more issues.
Yeah, I've seen some major complaints from private label people. The only thing that's going to happen, William, is the price of everything we source is going to go up, and therefore the price that we charge on Amazon is going to go up. That's all that happens.
Yeah, it might take a little bit, but that's definitely going to happen. And I'll give you a good example, right? There's a product that we used to sell. We probably haven't carried it in about a year and a half. And when we stopped selling it, it had tanked all the way down to about $70. That was the sale price on Amazon. And I know for a fact the manufacturer's costs have gone up just in the last year, and the buy box prices jumped back up to $89. And the competition is actually still roughly the same. Now with the tariffs taking place, it'll probably climb back up to $95, even $100. So yeah, these tariffs are kind of, I guess, expediting those price increases on Amazon that we're going to be seeing a lot more of, especially over the next few months.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you 100 ROI, and not just because we're about to pay you for the bracket.
Yeah, he's trying to get a 2K payout instead of 1K.
Funny.
I wonder if like anyone will tie if Florida wins.
There's a tiebreak. There's a tiebreak down to score. It's between a couple
nice.
people. I don't recognize the names besides 100 ROI. I was looking at it earlier. I was like, who's going to win it? Who's going to win it?
Gotcha.
But yeah, he wins straight up if Houston wins.
Okay, here we go. How do you make the items be profitable with the discounts / coupons? Somehow it's never enough for the max cost to be profitable, whatever I find. So that is a limiting belief, Jay, that you need to break. The cool thing is, go watch my free course. Literally posted one on online arbitrage yesterday. Go watch Warner's free course. Go through every discount example you see us use, write that down, and that is the exact one that is going to create other winners for other brands. Like, for example, you'll see me find a Gap item in the video I posted yesterday. That discount you saw me use is the same discount for every other Gap SKU. So you can look up that exact ASIN, storefront stock from there. You'll find other Gap listings. And if you actually put in that discount or discounts, stuff's going to be good, right? So yeah, just more reps, Jay. Stuff will make sense. And the cool thing is you can watch, like I have an 8-hour free course, go through that whole thing. You'll see probably 30 to 40 winning product examples. And more importantly, a bunch of examples of how those items are made good, the exact discounts and coupons that create that margin, right? And if you write those down and apply them, like stuff will make sense. Like I'll do coaching calls all the time and like be like, this item's good, here's how. This item's good, here's how. And it's all it is just understanding and applying those different discounts that exist. And you can see a bunch of examples literally for free in that video I posted yesterday. Jay,
when you're diving into stores and you're like consistently finding stuff that's just like not good, especially on the same brand over and over again, there's a good chance that you just can't create the profit right now. So like, don't get discouraged when you run into that. If you check, 10, 15 listings in that specific brand, there's probably just not the right coupon, not the right, loyalty rewards going on right now, that kind of thing. And that's why I like going by brand when you're storefront stocking, however you're sourcing. Eventually you're going to land on one of those brands. It's like, all right, dang, there's a really good 30%. Oh, there's 15% more on Card Bear. All right, I see where the margin comes from. And then once you hit on that, you just write that down and you don't have to relearn it, right? You know the way to create margin in a certain brand on a certain website.
Oh, yeah,
dang, both of y'all are coming up. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Tall James _ATX is going to take it if Florida wins.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's in first.
Miles and Warner, both of y'all are coming up on 100K subs on YouTube. Do you have any plans to celebrate that?
No.
I do want that plaque. I do want that plaque. Yeah, make more videos. That's how.
Yeah.
Definitely some sun maxing too. Some huevos condesa.
Oh, naturally.
that's a leak right there. That's a rare leak.
Let's see what pops up on Google when
See that nose has gotten some sun the past couple of days, Miles.
Oh, and okay, you're not going to be able to find it on Google. Okay, so it remains gate kept.
What does Amazon mean by transparency codes when there's only one in a particular product? I don't know what you mean by 5. There's only, so transparency code is just like an extra QR code that goes on the actual product when the brand knows that it's going to be sold on Amazon. Some products will be baked; it'll be like printed into the label. So if you're selling something with transparency code, test order like a unit, or if you're wholesaling it, ask your supplier if they have the codes on it already.
Oh, my dog, Jason Terry in the cut. What up, Jason Terry? I'm sorry about what LeBron did to you back in 2013, but you did just comment on my new video, so I obviously fuck with you. And the reason I bring that up is because he commented about me wearing the basketball jersey in the flick right there. So, yeah, whatever discount stores you have locally. So, not like the Walmarts and Targets of the world. Those aren't really discount stores, right? But Marshalls, Ross, TJ Maxx, Grocery Outlet, Ollie's, mom and pop discount stores, right? Whatever you got locally is going to be a great place to start.
A lot of the best OA stores are terrible retail arbitrage stores.
Ooh,
That's true.
So just keep that in mind. It's not the same stores usually.
I didn't know Rack Room existed in store until like a year ago.
You see one on the road, you're like, it is always fun when you see like a particular product on the shelf or like a store. It's like, yeah, I made like 10K shopping there, like 100K shopping there. That kind of thing.
Academy's super few and far between as well. I feel like
Online.
Oh, it's because it's Southern. There's a ton. They're like in my mind,
really?
They're everywhere because it's in like Arkansas and Texas and that kind of thing. That's funny. Yeah, there's like one in every city where I'm from.
That's so
El Rose, check who's getting the buy box, right? Use the buy box stats and check who's getting the buy box. You might not even have buy box eligibility yet on your account, right? So go on the Amazon seller app and click inventory and then click on the specific product and see if you're featured offered eligible yet. Some sellers, it'll take like getting like 10 products listed for like a week or so. Right, that having a really hard time trying to find a profitable product. Well, go watch my video from yesterday. It's going to show you 8 different discounts that you'll look for on every website, right? And several examples of how to actually make items profitable in real time right there. So basically what it comes down to is every website has 1 or 2 tips or tricks that create the profit. Some of those websites, it's on 24/7, Walmart, using a reseller certificate, discounted gift cards. Some websites, it's only good when they're on sale. Easter sales are coming up though. Yankee Candle is a great example of that, right? And so if you watch our free courses, right, you're going to see tons of examples of the discount methods required to make SKUs good. And if you apply those, a lot of good stuff's coming your way.
Yep. TJ Maxx should not show the actual product name. So you can take a picture of the receipt next to like the tag, and it'll have the same number on there. That's a good call, Zach. So yeah, you take a picture of the receipt next to the products. Yeah, Adrian's got you on that. You just moved to Bentonville. Oh, that's what's up, William. Yeah, that's
Arkansas again.
Very close to where I grew up.
Let's take a picture of that. Yeah, that's a very good point there too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cool. This was an excellent Monday. Last week was Fire Monday too, guys, as well.
Yeah, Miles had the audacity to call it the best Money Monday without you, Corey.
There was some chat.
I didn't call it that. Well, no, I mean it wasn't. Yeah.
People just so happened to be the one that I
heard Corey wasn't showing up, and they all.
Oh, then everybody showed up. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I get it. Awesome. Yeah, this was a good video
yesterday. Yeah, Corey, did you post another update on the 60-day series?
Yep. So yesterday was episode 3. This coming Sunday will be the last one. So you guys, this coming Sunday, will see if we hit the goal and exactly how much profit we made. So definitely tune in. It's going to be a good one. Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah. If you guys hadn't heard about that, Corey literally started another Amazon store from scratch, basically.
You should do like a giveaway with
do wholesale
proceeds or something to a follower. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I should donate the profit. That's actually a good idea. If the video wasn't already recorded, we could, but maybe we could do something in addition to it. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Cool. All right. So yeah, drop your picks for tonight's score prediction too. I see looks like Adrian is calling Houston tonight. No, Gator Gang, Florida 77, Houston 71. Legacy game for Thomas Hall. He works his way into the low second round with a guaranteed contract tonight. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Is that the 6th guy that you know?
6th man of the year, outplaying Alex Collins. Should be a starter. He's going to play more minutes. He's averaging 30, 35 minutes a game for the series right there. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Receipts from those will be good. Yep. What if a brand says no Amazon sellers for wholesale? Go to other brands. Yep. No. Never buy stuff in advance when you're a beginner. Only buy stuff that's profitable today. Yeah. Only buy stuff that's profitable today.
Just because you can turn your money over like 6 times before then, Sammy. So you'd have to find like an insane profit. And then let's say that the price doesn't go crazy again next year. You held for a year and it just didn't end up being right when you could have turned your money over a bunch of times.
Yep. So yeah, y'all go check out my video I posted yesterday, the Beginner's Guide to All-in Arbitrage in 2025. That's 59 minutes. I'll answer pretty much all your questions to get going with the stuff. And we're happy to help. Make sure you follow all these guys on socials as well, and other Amazon sellers too. Integrate yourself in the community a little bit. Y'all be great. Let's have a good game tonight. Florida by a 6, 77-71. Come back to the stream. Come back to the stream there. Who knows?
I remember you saying come back to
That's
the stream
actually-
before the you predicted the 16 seed upset. So
That's a hot take.
That was a hot
He did
take.
call McNeese. He was early on
Oh,
McNeese.
that was
there was that.
obvious.
Yeah.
The second I saw the manager, that was an incredibly obvious play.
Yeah, the only manager with an NIL deal
NIL deal.
was
Yeah, bro,
something Khan.
He's going to be the
Probably
only.
like 500K in a couple weeks.
He's going to be the only graduate assistant now at NC State with an NIL deal too. Y'all be great. See y'all later. All-in arbitrage, but yeah, Google method, trade shows, etc. Y'all be great. See y'all later.
See you guys.